Hi there, it's Keely from Crochet Unraveled, and today I wanted to show you how to crochet a foundation double crochet. And what this is basically combining the steps of crocheting a chain and then crocheting your first row of double crochet stitches. So this can be used whenever your pattern says to crochet a chain, a certain number of chains, and then crochet your first row of double crochet stitches. So this eliminates having to do two steps. It eliminates you having to do a chain and counting that chain. And then I know that sometimes when we do count, we think it's correct, but we get to the end of our first row and realize we've done the wrong number of chains at the beginning. And so in this case, you're doing the chain and the first row of double crochet at the same time, so you can count as you go. So if you need to add a few or pull out a few, it's really no big deal. Also, another benefit of this is that your work is really elastic and stretchy. For some people, we tend to crochet the chain a little bit too tightly, and in that case, your work will kind of start growing out this way because it's so tight, and then your tension kind of starts to become more normal, and so your work grows out and out and out. Or some people, I've done this as well, crochet their chain too loosely, so your chain is kind of hanging down with loops like this, and it just doesn't look very nice and clean. So this kind of avoids all of that, makes everything nice and simple, so it's a really good thing to learn and have in your repertoire. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with just a slip knot. And then I'm going to chain 3. And that's the only chaining we're going to have to do for this tutorial. So essentially, these 2 chains get me up to the height of a double crochet. And then I'm going to be working my first stitch into the 3rd chain from the hook. So what we're going to do is yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, that first one that we did, yarn over again, and then pull up a loop. We're kind of going to be working going this direction. So I want you to make sure that this loop that you pull up is parallel to the 2 loops that you already had on your hook. Now we're going to create the chain part of this stitch by yarning over and then just pulling through that first loop that's on the hook. And that is how we created that chain part, and as we keep crocheting, you'll be able to see that it actually does kind of start to look exactly like a chain, as if you were to crochet your chain separately from the first row. Okay, so we've inserted our hook, yarned over, pulled up a loop, yarned over and pulled through 1. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops there, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops there, and that's our double crochet stitch. Okay, now we're going to do our second one. So yarn over, and this is going to be worked into this V right here. If you can see these 2 little pieces of yarn that kind of crochet or look like a V. We're going to insert our hook underneath both of those. Yarn over, pull up a loop parallel to your others. Yarn over and pull through that first one to create the chain. Now we're going to do the double crochet. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. All right, good job. We've done 2 so far. So we're going to do another one here. So yarn over, identify your little V right there. We're going to insert our hook underneath both sides of it. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over again, create that chain, yarn over, and do our double crochet stitch. So it really does help to remember that we are crocheting both the chain as well as the double crochet stitch in one. So make sure that you don't forget what you're doing and only start doing double crochet stitches, because you're not going to get the desired result. Also, don't give up if you can't quite figure out where to insert your hook. I'll show you again here. So you can kind of see this is turning into a nice looking chain on the bottom, and this is the most recent stitch that we have created. So we're going to yarn over and put our hook underneath, whoop, both sides of that, the V shape, or the braid. I like to think of it like a braid. Yarn over and create the new chain. And now we'll do our double crochet stitch. So that's what we have so far. It's really nice and just quick to do. I love that it eliminates a step and I can count as I go. It's a game changer. It really is, especially if you're making something really long like a blanket and you have hundreds of stitches to do. It's definitely worth your time to figure this out and to memorize it. But that is all I had to show you for today. That is how to crochet a foundation double crochet stitch. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you can get updated whenever I post new videos. I also recommend you go to my website, crochetunraveled.com, where you can sign up for my email list and get lots of little free goodies into your email inbox, as well as be notified of the new tutorials that I'm sending out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Happy crocheting!